All right. Welcome, everyone, to week 4 of Dispatch University, and in my opinion, the most important week of this entire course. In the last week, we covered how to actually dispatch. I showed you guys, step by step how to provide the dispatching service and how to provide additional services on top of the dispatching as well. And I also showed you guys how to do all of this, the entire load booking process live. So you should have a full understanding of how to dispatch. Obviously, when you start doing it yourself, you will get an even better understanding of how to do it. But right now, you should at least have a really good understanding of what you're doing when it comes to dispatching. However, the hardest part about running a dispatching business is not the dispatching, it's the business portion. So how to find carriers, how to convince them to pay you for your service. And that's exactly what I'm going to cover in this week. Now, before we get into the details, before I start showing you how to run meta ads, how to create organic content, how to create a referral strategy, how to partner up with affiliates, before we can get into all that fun stuff, we need to cover something really, really important, which is your offer. That's why in this training video, I am going to help you create your own Grand Slam offer. Even if you've never worked as a dispatcher before, you have no experience in this industry, you've never worked with carriers. By the end of this training video, you will have an insane offer that you can pitch to the market and do so ethically. You're not overselling yourself. You're not making claims that you can't back up. You will pitch yourself ethically to the market and still find a ton of leads that will be begging to work with you. I promise you guys, okay? So I hope you guys are excited for this training video because I sure am. And without further ado, let's just get right into it. All right, so here we are inside the training video, and here's what we're going to cover. First and foremost, we're going to talk about the difference between having a commoditized offer versus a Grand Slam offer. I'm going to explain to you guys why having a commoditized offer is such a big mistake and why you need to avoid it, and how a Grand Slam offer is different. After that, I'm going to explain what a value equation is. This is essentially the basis of your Grand Slam offer. If you don't understand this value equation, if you don't understand what value actually means, you will not be able to create a Grand Slam offer. So we're going to go through that as well. Also, I'll touch on some offer enhancements. As the name suggests, these are things that you can add on to your Grand Slam offer to make it even better. It'll make more sense when we go through it. And then finally, I'm going to give you guys a starter offer that all of you watching can use and just get started with. If you use this offer, you will get a ton of leads that will be begging to work with you. Okay, so I hope you guys are excited for that. And then finally, just going to summarize all these topics up at the end, give you your homework for the day, give you your action steps for the day. Now, if you haven't, please go to dispatcheruniversity.com/newsletter. Sign up for the newsletter if you want important updates regarding the Dispatcher University community. I need to make sure I change that. Also, follow me on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. You can follow me there for exclusive content. On YouTube is Guild22, Instagram is Guild22 LLC, and TikTok is Guild22 Trucking LLC. And then, of course, share the course with your friends and family. It really helps spread the word about this community, and it only takes a second out of your day. So please do that. We can start a revolution and change people's lives together, but I need your help to do that. Also, quick warning, this is the most important video in the course. Watch the entire video, don't skip, don't fast forward. And pro tip, watch the video in 2x speed to make it go by quicker, especially when I start to ramble. So with all that out of the way, just one more quick thing that I want to knock out early, on in this training. If you haven't done so already, please make sure that you have read this book. Just go pick it up on Amazon. It's very, very cheap. It's called $100 Million Offers by Alex Hormozi. The reason I'm mentioning this book is because a lot of the concepts and techniques that I'm going to talk about in this training video come directly from Alex. Okay, so all credit goes to him. I've obviously read this book, taken all the lessons out of it, applied it to my truck dispatching business. Now I'm showing you guys what works and what doesn't work. Okay, but if you want to read directly from the source, please go check out this book. It's definitely worth it. Okay. But anyways, all that out of the way, let's just get into it. So first and foremost, quick question for all you watching. What do you think is the number one reason that most dispatching companies fail? I want you to honestly pause and think about it for a second. Okay. What do you think is the reason that most dispatching companies fail? Why do they fail in this industry? Now, I'm assuming if you guys actually took the time to answer this, I'm assuming you guys would say one of these 4 reasons, okay? Maybe it's due to the traffic. There's not enough carriers to work with. That could be a potential reason. Maybe it's the competition. It's hard to compete with other dispatchers. Or maybe it's the work itself. Maybe they're lacking the skill of dispatching trucks. Other people are just better at it. Therefore, they just get, pushed out of the market essentially. Or I even hear this a lot as well. It has something to do with the industry. The truck dispatching industry is saturated and it's dying, and carriers just don't want to work with truck dispatchers. Now, over the years, these are the top 4 excuses, quote unquote excuses that I've heard, especially as my time as a dispatcher. But let me tell you something. None of these are true, okay? None of these even come close to the main reason why dispatching companies fail. And the answer is actually really, really simple. The reason that most dispatching companies fail is because of commoditized offers. Let me explain. So what is a commoditized offer? Well, a commoditized offer is a product or service that's almost identical to others, leaving price as the only difference. So for example, if you make an offer something like, I will dispatch your trucks for 5%, that is a beautiful example of a commoditized offer. Here's why. First and foremost, there's literally no differentiation, okay? 99% of dispatchers that come into this industry, they just look at what everyone else is doing, they copy them, they charge a little less, give a little bit more, okay? And that is their entire offer. This is a really silly way to run a business, especially when the average in this industry don't get results. Again, that is such a dumb idea, okay? You don't want to base your offer, you don't want to base your business around what the average in this industry are doing. Again, the average dispatchers in this industry, they struggle to even find one carrier to work with. So why would you copy what they're doing? Why would you copy their offer, which is essentially the most important part of your business? Your offer dictates everything. Your offer dictates how much traffic you will get into your company. So if you're gonna copy other people, make sure you're copying businesses that are actually getting results. Okay, so that is problem number 1 with having a commoditized offer. You're basically offering the same thing as everyone else, but you have to compete on price to differentiate yourself. Okay, so that's one problem. Another problem with this is that there's a very low perceived value with running commoditized offers. Again, there's no value in generic commoditized offers. Carriers are being bombarded with these type of offers every single day. You will just get ignored like the rest if you run this type of offer. If you're just copying what everyone else is doing, especially the average dispatchers in this industry are doing, you're going to really struggle, okay? You're not going to be able to differentiate yourself. You're not going to make a solid value proposition to the carrier for them to pick you over the others, okay? So that is not the position that you want to be in. And actually, I can prove this to you using some simple math. So let's actually look at the results of running a commoditized offer, okay? And here it is. So let's just assume that you're running some sort of Facebook ads. You spend $10,000 in 30 days on Facebook ads. By spending $10,000, you reached 300,000 people. Of those 300,000 people that you reached, 0.013% actually responded to that advertisement, and they booked a call with you. So out of 300,000 people, 40 people actually booked an appointment to, get on a sales call with you. Of the 40 people that booked a call, 75% showed up, or 30 people. Of the 30 people that showed up, 16% you closed into a sale, which is roughly 5 carriers. So by the end of all this, by spending $10,000, you are now working with 5 trucks. Now, that might seem pretty good, but let's keep going, okay? Now, of those 5 carriers that you signed on, you haven't really charged them any sort of deposit because you can't. Okay, you're lucky they even signed on with you in the first place. Again, you have a closing rate of 16%, which is not that high. So you don't really charge them a deposit to get started or anything like that. So you've signed on 5 carriers and you're only going to charge them 5% per load. Okay, so you're charging them 5% to dispatch for them. Now let's assume for each truck, you can make them $25,000 in load revenue. So every single month, every carrier that signed on with you, you can make them $25,000 per truck, okay? And since you're charging 5% of that, you're going to make $1,250 in revenue per truck. I hope you guys are following along, okay? Now you're making $1,250 per month per truck. You're working with 5 trucks, which means you're going to make $6,250 per month with these 5 trucks. Again, that doesn't sound too bad, but if we take a bigger look at this, if we look at the big picture, you spent $10,000, you're making back $6,250 in your first month. So for every dollar that you're spending on advertising, you're making back 63 cents in revenue. We haven't even started talking about all your other expenses that might come up, all the software expenses, if you're running any other sort of advertising costs, if you have a dispatcher that you're hiring on. It doesn't even cover any of those expenses. We're just talking about revenue. So if you really think about it, it's going to take you 2 to 3 months to even break even with any of these carriers, okay? You're essentially losing money to find these clients. That doesn't sound too good to me, okay? That's not the position that I want to be in. I don't want to wait 2 to 3 months and hope that my carriers stick around for 2 to 3 months before I'm able to break even. That's not a good scenario for me, okay? Now, on the other hand, instead of running a commoditized offer, what can you do? You can build a Grand Slam offer. Okay, this is the antithesis of running a commoditized offer. So what is a Grand Slam offer? Very simple. A Grand Slam offer is an irresistible, high-value offer that solves a big problem, provides more value than it costs, and makes it hard for customers to say no. It's that simple, okay? Solve a big problem, provide more value than the cost of your service, and make it hard for your customers to say no to you. Okay, you have to make this offer a no-brainer. Like if you were on the other side, there's no chance you would refuse this offer. That's how easy it has to be for the customer to say yes. Now, for example, I actually want to give you guys an example of what this could look like. So here's the actual offer that my truck dispatching company runs. Make $30,000 running local dry van loads in 30 days with our proven done-for-you system, or your money back. Think about how different this offer is compared to what everyone else in the industry is doing. Hey, I will dispatch your trucks for 5%. I will dispatch it for 4%. Whereas I'm saying, I will make you this amount of money running this specific type of load within this time frame and without any effort. Or I'm so confident that this will work for you, I will give you all your money back if it doesn't work. Now, if you were a carrier and you saw my offer, and you also saw the other offer of I will dispatch your trucks for 5%, let's say, who would you pay more money for? Okay, who would you actually sign up with? I'm charging 10% for my services on the low end. The other person is charging 5%. I think it's fairly obvious that most carriers would end up choosing this offer, even though it costs double the price of the other one. Now, the other person, the person offering the 5% for dispatching, they might be just as good as I am or my company is, okay? They might also be able to make the carrier $30,000. But again, it all comes down to the offer that you're presenting to the market. That is very, very important. That's what people are going to judge your entire business on, okay? They're going to judge your business on your offer, and they're going to decide if they want to buy based on your offer. Now, you guys might be wondering, well, okay, I obviously, I have no experience in this. Like, how am I supposed to create an offer like this? Like, I don't want to just copy this. I can't promise this. I wouldn't feel comfortable promising this. That's totally fine. In order to create your own Grand Slam offer, you just need to focus on the value equation. And the value equation is just a simple formula that we can use to help us create a powerful offer by focusing on what people want, showing them they can get it, making it quick to achieve, and reducing the effort required. Okay, so let me just show you how this value equation looks. We'll go into more detail on this in just a little bit, but I just want to show you what it looks like. So here's the value equation. At the top, we have the dream outcome multiplied by the perceived likelihood of achievement, divided by the time delay, multiplied by the effort and sacrifice. Put that all together, and we have a very valuable offer. We're just going to increase the stuff at the top, the dream outcome and perceived likelihood of achievement. So we're going to increase that. And the time delay and effort and sacrifice, we want to decrease that. If we do that, again, we have built a very, very valuable offer, and I will go through this in just a few minutes. But before we jump into that, let's actually look at the math behind running a Grand Slam offer. So we already looked at the math of the commoditized offer. Let's do it for the Grand Slam offer. So let's assume a lot of the same things. We're still going to spend $10,000 in 30 days on Facebook advertising. With that $10,000, we were able to reach 300,000 people. However, since we now have a Grand Slam offer, we have a more appealing offer. More people are responding to our ads. So instead of 0.01% of people, signing on to book an appointment with us, we have 0.03%. Okay, so a 2.5 times increase. Again, it's very logical. We're making a better offer. It's more appealing, so more people will respond to it. Okay. So of the 300,000 people that we reached, 100 people signed up for our sales call. Of those 100 people, we're going to assume the same show rate, 75%. The show rate is more dependent on your funnel, your automations that you have set up. So that's not going to change. So of the 100 people, 75% showed up, which is 75 people actually showing up to the call. However, of the 75 people that showed up, you were able to close 37%. Again, this is also very logical. You are providing more value, so more people are willing to buy, more carriers are willing to buy. Okay. So instead of 16% buying, you are able to get 37% of people that jump on a call with you to buy your service, your dispatching service. So 75 people showed up, 37% closed into a sale, which is 28 carriers or 28 trucks agreeing to your truck dispatching service. Now, with those 28 sales, let's assume you were able to charge all of them a $500 refundable deposit, or it could be a non-refundable deposit as well. Doesn't really matter. You can use this to recoup your advertising costs. But again, this is completely optional. You can just ignore this portion. Okay, don't even worry about the deposit thing that I'm talking about. But let's just assume you charged $500 deposit upfront, okay, to work with you. So 28 people paid you $500, and you're also going to charge them a 10% per load fee, okay, your dispatching fee. We're going to, again, provide more value to these people so we can charge higher rates. It only makes sense. But we're going to assume that we're just as good as the other dispatcher that was providing a commoditized offer. They were charging 5%. They were able to make their carriers $25,000 per month, okay? We're going to assume the same thing. We're just as good as this carrier when it comes to dispatching. We're going to make our carrier $25,000 per month as well, but we're going to charge 10% for our services. Again, we can charge double because we're providing more value. It makes logical sense. So per truck, we're going to make $2,500 per month. Okay, that's per truck. We're working with 28 trucks now. That means 28 times 2,500 and also adding the $500 deposit. That means within 30 days, we're going to collect $84,000. Just compare that to what we had before with the commoditized offer. You're going to collect $6,250 with the commoditized offer. With the Grand Slam offer, you're going to collect $84,000. Okay? That means with every dollar that you spend in advertising, you're going to make back $8.40. Obviously, this is just an example. I'm just trying to show you the logic behind running a Grand Slam offer versus a commoditized offer, an offer that is so broad and so generic and so general, okay, that everyone is used to it. Everyone is bored of seeing it. Just by tweaking your offer, you're able to exponentially grow your business. That's how important your offer is, okay? And that's why I reiterate so many times throughout this course that this is the one thing that you guys should really focus on, okay? And again, in week 1, I helped you guys create your offer. This is something that you should be working on, the offer worksheet. It wasn't just a one and done thing. You know, in week 1, you did it once, you haven't opened it again. Don't do that. These worksheets that I provided you, they're like the blueprint to success. Okay, so every single week, as you learn more and more, go back and update them. Okay, keep learning more about the industry and then go back into your worksheets and update those worksheets. This is what's going to help you succeed. Again, if you haven't even touched this yet, go to dispatcheruniversity.com/offer-creation and start working on this. Okay. And especially after this training video, go ahead and update this. Anyways, with that little spiel out of the way, let's get into the value equation now. So this is what we're going to use to actually build our Grand Slam offer. I keep saying Grand Slam offer. How do you actually build it? This is how we're going to do it. So I already covered what the value equation looks like. It's the dream outcome multiplied by perceived likelihood of achievement divided by time delay multiplied by effort and sacrifice. We're increasing the stuff at the top, decreasing the stuff at the bottom. But what does all of this even mean? So let's just go through it one by one, okay? And let's start with the dream outcome. What is it? The dream outcome is just the result or transformation that the customer desires the most. This is the ultimate dream that they're buying into, whether it's more money, better health, more freedom, etc. The clearer and more emotionally appealing the outcome, the higher the perceived value will be. So for example, going to college versus finding a high-paying job, okay? No one goes to college to go to college, essentially. They don't go there for the classes. They don't go there for the credits that they have to take, all the different teachers that they have to go through, the professors waking up in the morning to go to class, all the homework that they have to turn in, the exams that they have to rush through. That's not what they're going to college for, okay? That is what they have to do when they're in college. What they're going there for is the benefit. What are they going to get out of college? That is what they're buying into, So for the most part, a lot of people go to college because they want to find a higher paying job when they graduate. Or they might go to college for the party lifestyle, for the sense of freedom. That might be the main reason that they go to college. Or there might be like a specific team that they're really into, like a college sports team. And that's the type of college that they want to go to. So there's a lot of different outcomes, a lot of different benefits that people are attracted to. That's what you have to focus on. Focus on the outcome, not the inputs. If you're still confused, a better example of this would be what Alex Hormozi describes in his book. So he compares this to like the plane ticket versus the vacation. So he always says, sell the vacation, okay? Nobody wants to buy the plane ticket. They're not going there for the plane ride. They don't care about the plane ride. They don't care about, the crying babies on board and the crappy airline food. That's not the part of the experience that they're buying into. When airlines, they advertise, they're not selling that stuff. They're selling the vacation. They're showing the couples on the beach, laying back by the waves, drinking Mai Tais or whatever it might be. That's the portion that you have to sell. Sell the benefit of your service, not what the person has to do to get it. I hope you guys are following along with that. Now, that is the dream outcome. The next thing, at the top was perceived likelihood of achievement. So what is that? The perceived likelihood of achievement is just how confident the customer feels that they'll achieve the promised outcome with your offer. So this could be through trust, credibility, and evidence, or in other words, social proof, testimonials, guarantees. This is where you can use to boost this perception. It's not just enough to make a really big claim, make a really big like dream outcome type of claim, like, hey, make $30,000 in 30 days. That's not enough, okay? People actually have to believe that they can get that when they're working with you, okay? That is the second most important part. You can make some really insane claims if you want to, but if you can't, if you don't make it believable to the actual customer, they're never going to buy. Okay, they're just going to think, oh, wait, it sounds too good to be true. I'm not going to get into this. Okay, so you have to make a really big claim, like a dream outcome type of claim, and you also need to back it up. You need to increase the perceived likelihood of achievement that if they work with you, they can achieve that as well. And again, you can do this through trust, credibility, evidence. We can get into this more later. But for example, just to prove this to you guys, how important this is, we can look at an 18-year-old surgeon versus a 50-year-old surgeon. If you had to pick between the two, the 18-year-old surgeon, this is going to be their first surgery on you. You're going to be their first patient. You're getting a heart transplant surgery, okay? And this 18-year-old, he's going to operate on you. There's going to be his very, very first surgery. Would you pick him or would you pick a 50-year-old surgeon who's done this thousands of times? This is his 1000th surgery. And yeah, he just has a ton of results. He can prove to, he can look at other people. He can point you to other patients that he's worked with. And you can see that, these are other people that have gone through the same surgery as me. Who would you rather pick to do this surgery? The answer, I think, is pretty obvious. Okay. Even though arguably, you could make the argument that the 18-year-old is probably better, maybe better for you, okay? They're probably going to pay more attention. This is their first surgery, so they're going to make sure that they're going by the book. They're making sure everything is right, everything is proper. Also, if you're an 18-year-old surgeon, you've got to be a savant, You went through all the credibilities. You got verified as like a doctor or whatever, all the process that you need to go through to become a doctor. You have gone through that same process. You are a legitimate surgeon, but since it's your first surgery, people will not feel comfortable with that. People will not feel comfortable working with you, even if you have all these certifications and all the degrees in the world, okay? Whereas with a 50-year-old surgeon, that person might care less. They've done this thousands of times. They might just get like really sloppy with it, like, oh, I know what I'm doing, They're more likely to make a mistake, factually speaking. But you don't care. You have seen that they've worked with thousands of other people. You've seen the results for thousands of other people. You're more likely to work with them. Okay, you're more likely to think that they will get you the outcome that you're looking for. That's what I'm trying to say. Again, I'm hoping that this is making sense. All the examples that I'm presenting to you guys. So we have the dream outcome, what you're going to do for them, the big benefit that you're trying to sell, and how are you going to get them there? Are they going to believe you? How are you going to prove to them that you are the person that can get them there? Okay, so those are two things that you're trying to increase. Then there's the two things that we're trying to decrease. So first and foremost, time delay. The amount of time it takes for the customer to get their desired outcome or their dream outcome. The shorter the time frame to results, the more valuable the offer seems. And a good example of this is going to a movie theater versus, just popping on Netflix. If there's a movie, that is available on Netflix and the movie theater, and you didn't really care about the movie theater experience, let's just say, think about all the time that you're wasting by, first you have to buy the movie ticket for a specific amount of time, then you have to drive there, then you have to wait through all the ads that pop up in the beginning, and then you finally start watching the movie. Whereas with Netflix, you're sitting at home, turn on the TV, and there you go. You have the movie right in front of you. This is the reason that Netflix is a multi-billion-dollar company, whereas I think all the movie theaters combined aren't as valuable as Netflix is, okay? It's because they've really shortened that time delay, the time to get your first big result, okay? So just think of all the creative ways that you can come up with, to get the carrier their first win. It doesn't have to be like $30,000. It could just be one big win, like their first big load or like their first load over $3 per mile, over $3.50 per mile, something like that, okay? Just get them their first big win and get it to them as quick as possible. So you have to think about how you can do that. So that is time delay. And then of course, we have effort and sacrifice. So the amount of work, inconvenience, or the cost that the customer thinks that they need to put in to achieve the end outcome. The easier and less painful it is, the more attractive the offer seems. The less people have to work to get the end result, the more they like it. Okay, pretty straightforward. Now, a good example of this is working out versus Ozempic. If you have to work out to lose weight, there's so many things you have to sacrifice and so much effort that you have to put in. You can't eat junk food anymore. You have to skip outings. You have to meal prep sometimes. You're spending your weekends cooking food, healthy food. You have to do some research on healthy lifestyles. Also, all the effort that you have to put in. You have to go to the gym. You have to lift heavy weights. You have to get uncomfortable. You have to get sore. All that goes into working out to lose weight, and you're going to lose it very slowly. Whereas with Ozempic, you can do anything you want. Live the same lifestyle that you're living. Just take this one drug and you'll start to, just peel off fat from your body. There's a reason that these pharmaceutical companies are multi-billion-dollar companies, whereas there's no workout plan that's worth billions of dollars, okay? There's no workout billion-dollar company. Again, effort and sacrifice. Decrease that, decrease the time delay, increase the perceived likelihood of achievement, and increase the dream outcome. You have a Grand Slam offer. So that is the Grand Slam offer. That is the value equation. Now, how can you take it to the next level? You can do so using offer enhancements. So these are just anything extra, things that are extra in your offer to make it even more irresistible, okay? And there's 4 things that you can add on to your offer. First and foremost, there's scarcity, then we have urgency, then we have bonuses and guarantees. Now let's go through all this one-on-one. We can start with scarcity first. So what is scarcity? Well, it's very simple. Scarcity is just a limit in quantity, a limit in how much is available. So for example, when it comes to your dispatching business, this could be something like, hey, there's only 8 out of 10 spots. There's 8 out of 10 spots taken, okay? And this is completely legitimate. There's a certain number of clients that you can work with. You can't work with 100 carriers by yourself. There is a upper limit to how many people you're willing to work with at once. Okay, let's assume it's 10. If you're working with 8 carriers and you can only work with 10, that means 2 out of 10 spots are left. And you can use that, when it comes to your marketing messages. You can let people know there's only 2 out of 10 spots available. You should probably book soon. Otherwise, these spots are going to fill up, okay? That is a legitimate form of scarcity, and the reason it works is because it triggers FOMO in people or fear of missing out, and it also implies exclusivity. You're not just working with anyone. You're not desperate for clients. You have a limit to how many people you're going to work with, and it puts you in control, okay? You are going to control who you're going to work with, who you're not going to work with, and again, it positions you as the authority when it comes to sales. Now, there's 2 ways you can implement this. First and foremost, there's total business cap. So again, this is what I was discussing before. There's a certain limit to how many total carriers that you can work with. If it's 10 carriers, if it's 15 carriers that you can handle by yourself, or if you have another dispatcher, maybe it's 20 carriers that both of you combined can handle. There's a total business cap to how many carriers you can work with, and that is what you can use as scarcity. Hey, there's only 8 out of 10. There's 8 out of 10 spots taken. There's 11 out of 15 spots taken. There's 14 out of 15 spots taken. Whatever that is, that will be like your total business cap form of scarcity. Then there's growth rate cap when it comes to scarcity. So this just means every single month, there's a certain limit of how many people you want to work with. And this is a little bit more advanced. But let's say, for example, every single month, I only want to take on 5 new carriers. I only want to onboard 5 new carriers. So that could be your cap. Hey, every single month, I'm only working with 5 carriers. 4 people have already signed up this week, and I have 4 more calls right after you. So if you want to lock in right now, you should probably book right now, or you'll have to wait another month before you're able to join us. So that would be growth rate cap. Most of you, I'm assuming, keep it simple. Just go with the total business cap if you want to use this. The next offer enhancement is urgency. So whereas scarcity was a limit in quantity, urgency is a limit in time. So how much time is left? This could be something for like a specific offer. Okay, so like, hey, we usually charge 10%, but we're charging 8%, and this offer will expire in 24 hours. Okay, that is a form of urgency. The reason this works is because it triggers loss aversion bias in people, and it pushes them to take action right now. Loss aversion bias, essentially, people are more afraid to lose than gain something. And numerous studies have been done on this. People feel a lot more pain from losing $100 than the joy that they feel from gaining $100. Okay. And again, it works on the loss aversion bias. That's what it's called. And that's what it, kind of psychologically it presses on carriers. And again, there's 2 ways to do this. There's seasonal and there's pricing/bonus related urgency. So seasonal urgency is the most common type that you see. Every single Christmas or New Year's or Black Friday, there's a sale going on for a limited time. That is a type of seasonal urgency. There's a seasonal deal or seasonal type of discount or something that you're offering just for a specific season. Okay. So that would be seasonal urgency. You can do something like that as well. Hey, it's Christmas. I'm putting my price down to 8% from 10%. It's only going to last up until December 31st, something like that. Or there's pricing/bonus related urgency. The pricing portion, already touched on this in the seasonal. Again, hey, this price will only last for this period of time. That is a form of pricing urgency. But bonus related urgency, this is the one that I really like. Instead of decreasing my price, discounting my price, even when it comes to, triggering the urgency or scarcity, whatever it may be, I like to just add more, give more value, and then take that away. Okay. So instead of decreasing my price, I give away bonuses for a limited time. So for example, if someone is on a call with you or with me, if they're not buying, if they have some hiccups, whatever it might be, then I could offer some additional services. Hey, I understand you have these concerns. How about this? I will do this, this, and this for you for free. Okay. On this plan, if you pick this plan right now, I will just add these things that you were concerned about and do that for you for free, no extra charge. Okay. That is a form of bonus urgency, but it's only going to last till the end of this call. So if you don't agree to work with us, we're not going to offer this to you again. Okay. Again, it creates that urgency. You only have until the end of this call to make that decision. If you don't, that's totally fine, but it'll just go back to the normal price that we had it. So that is a form of bonus urgency. It still works just as well, but again, this time you don't have to discount your services. You don't have to minimize the value that you're providing. It's still a win-win. Your carrier gets more value. You are still able to charge a high price. Sorry, I can't speak. So that's urgency. Hopefully you guys understood that. After urgency, we have bonuses. Kind of already touched on this, but these are just extra free add-ons that you're providing on top of your service or additional services that you're providing. So for example, if you're doing some sort of dispatching service, you could provide IFTA reports for free on top of that and just give that away as a bonus. Okay. Or you could give away financial metrics as a bonus or 24/7 support as a bonus. You have to position it as a free thing that you're offering on top of what they're paying for in order for it to count as a bonus. Why does this work? Because again, you're giving something away of value for free and it differentiates your offer from other people's offer. It takes you from being a commodity to, again, that Grand Slam offer that we were talking about. I already covered this, But again, if you're providing a dispatching service, that's the only service you're providing. Let's say, for example, just dispatching. At the end of the call, you can say, hey, as a bonus, just for signing up right now, I will give you IFTA reporting for free. I will give you financial metrics for free if you sign up right now. That would be an example of giving away a freebie, a free bonus that is very valuable to the carrier. The second way to attach bonuses to your offer and enhance the value that you're presenting to the market is through affiliates. And this is by far my favorite way. Okay, and not enough people do this. So with affiliates, there's so many other services that a trucking company needs or an owner operator needs when they're operating their trucking business, So for example, ELD or a fuel card or a factoring service, you as a dispatcher, you cannot provide that service. It takes a lot of manpower, a lot of know-how to provide that service. It takes a lot of money, a lot of effort, and you can't do that. Okay, and that's totally fine. You're not going to be able to solve every problem for a carrier. But there are other companies that are already solving that problem. So if you worked with those companies, if you reached out to them and said, hey, let me sign on with you as an affiliate. In return, I will get a small cut for every carrier that I bring to your company. And in return for the carrier, you will provide them a special discount. Let's say 10%, 15%, 25% off. 99% of companies are willing to do this. Okay, again, it doesn't cost them anything. They're essentially getting free marketing. They're only paying when they turn a lead into a customer. Okay, so it works for them. It's very cheap marketing for them. So they will provide a discount for your carrier. So the carrier wins. They get value. You win by getting some money out of it, a little bit of a commission. And then the affiliate, the person that you're being an affiliate for, the ELD company, the factoring company, whoever it might be, they're also winning because they got a new client. Okay, so it's a win-win-win situation. And think about that when it comes to your dispatching. And think about that. You're just going to provide dispatching as a service. However, if a carrier agrees to sign on with you, you can also say something like, hey, not only are you going to get dispatching, but if you work with me, you will get 15% off your ELD. You will get 10% off your fuel card. You will get factoring for 2%. You will get this and this and this. So you can use your affiliate services in your offer, to make that offer sound much, much stronger and solve a bunch of problems for that carrier that they already need solved. Okay, they're already going to find those services themselves. They're going to try to find, work with these companies themselves anyways. Might as well be through you. Again, I really hope that made sense because this is such a beautiful way to pitch your service. Okay, not a lot of people include this in their offers. You're just leveraging other businesses' services that they're providing and leveraging that for your own offer that you're making. It's a little bit more advanced, but I hope you guys understood where I'm coming from. So that's bonuses. And then finally, we have guarantees. Guarantees, very straightforward. You guys are familiar with this. It's just a risk reversal. Okay, so make $30,000 in 30 days, kind of like how I have, or a full refund, or you get your money back. That is a guarantee. We're going to guarantee results. If you don't get that result, then we will give you your money back. You have nothing to lose. Again, this works really well because you dramatically reduce the risk, you increase the perceived likelihood of achievement, and it increases trust in your offer and your business. There's 3 different types of guarantees you can provide. First and foremost, there's the unconditional guarantee. This is the most common type. So these are the ones that you're familiar with. Like, let's say for Amazon, like you can just return any item on Amazon for any reason within 30 days, 60 days, 14 days, whatever the term is. Okay, that is a type of unconditional guarantee. Like a satisfaction-based guarantee, that would be unconditional. For whatever reason, you can return this thing, you can get a full refund within this time frame. So that is an unconditional guarantee. Then we have my favorite, which is the conditional guarantee. So you can get your money back, but you need to hit this, this, and this. You need to do this, this, and this in order to qualify for this guarantee. It's like a guarantee with the terms and service. Just think about Dispatcher University, for example. I promise that you guys will make $5,000 within 6 months or your money back. Okay, and I stand by that. But there's 3 things that you need to do. You need to finish the course, 100% of the course. You need to finish 100% of the homework, and you need to provide a weekly progress update over those 6 months. Okay, so you watch the training that we're actually providing. You do the training that we're telling you to do. Do the homework that we're actually telling you to do. and give us a progress update on what's going on so we can help you along the way. If you do those 3 things, you can qualify for the guarantee. So that is a conditional guarantee. And again, this works really well because you're able to make stronger and bigger claims, bigger guarantees to the market. But those terms that you set into place, by the way, this is a big disclaimer. If you're going to go with the conditional guarantee, do not make your terms impossible to achieve. So for example, if I made that same claim, make $5,000 within 6 months within Dispatcher University or your money back. If I made that same claim, but my conditions to qualify for that guarantee, you had to climb Mount Everest and, fly to the moon without a jetpack and, live underwater for 90 months. If it was something like really ridiculous and insane like that, it wouldn't work. Okay, no one would fall for that. No one would care about it. And also it comes across really scammy. You want the conditions of the guarantee to apply specifically to what it is you're selling. So for Dispatcher University, if you just watch what we're trying to teach you, if you actually do what we're trying to teach you, and if you just give us a progress update, you will achieve success. Okay, if you just do the work, you will achieve the success. Okay, that's why that guarantee works. Same thing you can do with your dispatching company. If you do, if you accept the loads that we're providing you, if you show up early, if you show up on time to all your deliveries, and if you could put a third one in there. If you fill out all the paperwork and send it right away, something like that. If you do all these 3 things and you don't make the $30,000 in 30 days, we will give you your money back. Okay. That could be a form of a conditions to this type of guarantee. You want to make it applicable to what the carrier is doing. You want to give carrier control over this guarantee. Anyways, I think you guys get the point. Now, the last type of guarantee that you can provide is an implied guarantee. And we already have this type of guarantee if you're providing a dispatching service and you're charging a % per load. Because think about it. If you're charging 5% or 7% or 10%, there is an implied guarantee there. You only make money when the carrier makes money. So if you're charging a % of each load, it's in your best incentive as a dispatcher to make the carrier as much money as possible because you want to make more money. Okay. There's an implicit guarantee within the way that you're structuring your payment method. So when you're charging a percentage, you're charging a commission for each load that you're booking. There is an implied guarantee baked in there. Okay, so you're already doing this automatically. So those are the 3 types of guarantees. Again, we covered all the different types of offer enhancements. You can use them if you want to. You can use one of them if you want to. You can use all of them if you want to. I just wanted to throw that out there. Now, with all that stuff out of the way, let's actually get into what most of you guys I feel like would be interested in, which is the starter offer. Now, I know, the problem with all this, as you're going through this entire training video, I'm sure a lot of you are probably thinking, well, hey, I don't have any experience or practice dispatching carriers yet, So because of this, you probably don't feel comfortable creating a grand slam offer similar to what I have. Just so you know, that is totally normal. I have a starter grand slam offer that any dispatcher can use to find 3 to 5 carriers within 30 days. I know I'm making a really big claim there, but if you're not able to do that, if you're not able to find 3 to 5 carriers within 30 days, I promise you it's not because of the offer. It's not because of anything that's in this course. It's just because of you. Okay, there's something that's going wrong with how you're running your offer that we need to talk about. So if you haven't found 3 to 5 carriers running this type of offer, again, reach out to me, reach out in Dispatcher University. There's something that's going wrong because it's such an insane offer that it would be almost impossible for you not to find 3 to 5 carriers to work with. So what is this offer? Well, without teasing it anymore, let me just tell you guys. The starter offer is, I will dispatch your trucks for free for 30 days. All I ask in return is an honest video testimonial. Now, trust me, there's a lot more to this. Okay, so just keep listening to me. Don't tune out right now. I will dispatch your trucks for free for 30 days. It could be 30 days. It could be 14 days. I would recommend 30 days. Okay, just do it for a month. Because again, right now you have no experience. You have never dispatched any trucks before. You have very limited experience. And worst of all, you don't really have any proof that you've worked with other carriers. You've dispatched for other trucks. Again, you want to increase that perceived likelihood of achievement. You want to get testimonials and reviews for your truck dispatching company. If you have, let's say, for example, 8 to 10 video testimonials, do you think it'll be easier or harder for you to convince other dispatchers or other carriers to work with you? of course, it would be much, much, much easier to get other carriers to pay you money for this service. So you can dispatch trucks for free for 30 days or whatever your trial period is. And in return, you get an honest video testimonial from the carrier. Okay. Now, the reason this works, the reason this is a win-win is because, obviously it's pretty obvious. You're providing a very valuable service for free, which is dispatching. You, in return, will get on-the-job, guilt-free experience, guilt-free dispatching experience, in the actual marketplace. And your carriers get a dispatcher to work with for free. Again, it's a win-win situation. You don't have to lie about your experience. You don't have to claim you're much better than you are. You can be very honest. Hey, I'm just starting in this business. I want to build my book of business, my clientele list, and I want to get some reviews in for my business. I'm willing to work with you for free for 30 days. In return, I just want a video testimonial of your experience, how good of a job I did with you, and so on and so forth. Okay? That's it. Now, at this point, I'm sure you guys are thinking to yourself, well, okay, do you just want me to dispatch for free? I don't get it. Obviously, I kind of understand, okay, I'll dispatch for free for 30 days, get some experience. Obviously, that's going to be very useful, but how do I actually make money from this? Okay, very good question. That's where the next part comes in. The reason this works so well is because there's a natural upsell and downsell sequence that you can implement. So what do I mean by that? During this trial period, during this free trial period, let's say, for example, 30 days, I want you guys to set a call with the carrier to discuss their results. It could be, 14 days later. It could be 21 days in, whatever you want to set. So 2 to 3 weeks in, set a call with them to discuss the results, show them everything that you've done for them. At the end of this call, you can either upsell your paid service at a discount. So you can say something like, hey, we're nearing the end of our free trial period. I'm planning on charging 10% for this service, but as a founding member, you've taken your trust in me. You've allowed me to work with you, and get some experience. And we've gotten you some great results while I've been working with you. So as a founding member, I'll only charge you 8% instead of 10%. So you can actually pitch your paid service during that trial period, okay, and convert them into a customer. They already have gained that value out of you. You've given them that free service, that dispatching service. They see that you can get them results. So it's much, much, much easier to sell them into a paid service, okay? So that's the first thing. Now, even if they don't buy, even if they don't convert into a paid service client, which is totally fine. We were expecting that. We were only trying to get an honest video testimonial from them. We weren't even expecting them to pay us for this service, okay? So let's just assume they say no to that. That's totally fine. We can then downsell them and request 3 referral introductions. So just get them to refer you to 3 of their trucker friends, 3 owner-operators that are in the industry. Truckers know truckers, so they can definitely reach out to 3 people and, again, refer you to them, okay? And you could say something like, hey, that's totally fine. Maybe the timing isn't right. Hopefully we can work together in the future. However, again, I've had a great time working with you, and, I'm trying to build up my book of business, my clientele list. So would you help me reach out to 3 of your friends or owner-operators in the industry? Just introduce me to them so I can also offer them a 30-day free dispatching as well. Just think about how crazy this is. You just have to work hard to get one carrier in the door. That one carrier could potentially become a paying customer. They can give you a video testimonial, and they can help you find 3 more carriers to work with. Okay, 3 more carriers to provide that free dispatching service for, get 3 more video testimonials from, and each of those 3 people can then help you find 3 more people as well. You can see how it compounds out, okay? It becomes really, really insane, just 2 to 3 steps away. You only have to do this 2 or 3 times, this process 2 or 3 times, and you have worked with 9 to 15 carriers at that point. Okay. So this is really, really insane. You just have to work hard to find one. That one person should make the connection to 3 other people. Those 3 people, 3 carriers, should make the introduction to 3 more people. Okay. Or let's say 2 people or even 1 person. So this is how you can easily, expand your business out, get testimonials, get people to upsell into the paid service because you've already given them value up front. They're much more likely to convert. They see what you can do for them. And even if they don't convert, you can at least get a referral out of them, okay? Get in contact with another carrier to work with. Okay, get more experience on the job, more testimonials, and more chances to sell your paid service. At that point, you will have 8 to 10 video testimonials that you can sell to, that you can pitch on your sales calls that you're going to be running with these carriers. And you can show them step by step, like, hey, look, here's one carrier that I got this result for. Here's another carrier that I got this result for. This is what they were stuck on before I joined. These are the hesitations that they had. These are the things that were holding them back, their obstacles, whatever, their situation. It's very similar to your situation. And look at the results I got for them. You can just show them so much proof that you work, that your service works, that it will become undeniable. It just becomes so much easier to sell clients when you have proof that you actually do good work. Okay. And this is how you get that proof. Now, just think about this, guys. Okay. You have literally nothing to lose. Even in the worst case scenario, you've gained free dispatching experience. And on top of that, a video testimonial hyping up your business from a carrier. And in the best case scenario, you will find, obviously you've also gained the dispatching experience and the video testimonial. But on top of that, you will find your first high paying carrier if they convert into your paid service. And you could get 3 other leads to sell to, 3 other leads to provide this free trial period, free dispatching offer that you have, and get three more video testimonials and potentially 3 new sales. And from each of those carriers, you can get 3 more referrals each. So it's just such an insane offer that you can start with. Okay. And I recommend almost all of you guys start with this offer, especially if you have no proof, no video testimonials that you can show to other carriers. So just start with this. You can get insane results. Anyways, I'm not going to beat a dead horse. I think you guys get the point. So let me just summarize this entire training video up because we've covered a lot. First and foremost, make sure you guys update the offer worksheet. You now know how to create a Grand Slam offer, so please use it. Okay. This alone, the offer alone, could make or break your entire business. It's that important. Okay. So please take it seriously. Please keep updating the worksheets that I provided for you in week 1, especially that offer worksheet. So go back and do that right now. Okay. The second thing I want you guys to do is add some offer enhancements to your Grand Slam offer. So once you start brainstorming what type of Grand Slam offer you want to pitch to the market, add some offer enhancements to it. Some urgency, scarcity, guarantees, bonuses, those type of things. You don't need to use all of them to see results. Just start with 1 or 2, okay? It doesn't need to be anything crazy. The third thing I want you guys to do is just start with the starter offer, especially if you're brand new. With this offer, with this type of offer, you can get to learn dispatching on the job and get a video testimonial that you can use to attract even more clients and carriers. Okay, it's just a no-brainer. When I say make no-brainer offers, this is what I'm talking about. The starter offer is clearly a no-brainer. And then, of course, remember, KISS, keep it simple, stupid. If you can't communicate your offer within 10 seconds, it's probably too long and complex. So keep it short, to the point, and most importantly, as I said before, make it a no-brainer. Make it very, very easy for carriers to say yes to you, to want to work with you. All right. And again, I've shown you guys how to do that. The last thing I'm going to leave you guys with, okay, and this is very important. You're ready. Stop waiting for the perfect time or for more information or whatever excuse you're making, because that moment will never come. You've learned enough to take the first step and actually start working with carriers. The rest will come through action, not endless preparation. I don't really know how else to say this. Don't make excuses for yourself. You are ready to take action. You are meant for this. This is your destiny. All right. This is what you came here for. This is what you signed up for. Now it's time to actually put it into action. It's enough learning. You've learned everything that you need to. If there's anything else that you need to learn, I will add a training video. If I think it's important enough, I will add it as a training video inside this community. Okay. Inside this course. Other than that, the best way to learn, especially right now with all the information you have, is just by taking action and learning in the market. All the little details, no one will be able to teach that to you. You just have to learn it by yourself, in your niche, in your market, in your lanes. I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to be hard. You're going to face challenges. You're going to be uncomfortable. But that is business. That is why you're on your way to making a lot of money. If it was easy, everyone else would be doing it. Okay? This is why you're here. You are meant for this. Again, guys, I'm not just saying this as motivation. You are meant for this. You have everything you need right in front of you. Please, please, please just take action. It will work. It's going to take some time, but it will work. Just take action every single day. Stay consistent. That's all I have to say to you. If you get stuck, reach out in the community. We're all here to help each other out. Speaking of which, once you guys actually get your first carrier, please keep it in your mind. The first thing I want you to do is share that win with the rest of us in this community. Okay? We want to celebrate you. We want to celebrate your success. And I want you to help motivate other people in this community who are more scared to take action. They're not taking the first step forward. So share your wins as soon as you find a carrier. As soon as you get even just like a small win in this community, make sure you make a habit of sharing that. And if you leave a testimonial, you can enter in to win some special prizes. Okay, and I'm working on that very soon. Now, let's get to the quote of the day. It is by Alex Hormozi. Of course, this entire training video is based on his lessons. But he says, make offers so good, people feel stupid saying no. I think I've emphasized this point plenty of times throughout this entire training video, so I don't need to explain this anymore. Okay, you have an insane offer that you can pitch to the market right now. Just copy that and you will get crazy results. So let's get to work. You know exactly what you need to work on. Just start taking action now. Any of the homework steps you missed, make sure you do them. Moving forward, you just need to take action. Okay, don't get scared now. This is where you can actually start making money. This is where you can actually start working with carriers. Any small details that you still don't know how to do, don't worry. Start your business. You will learn on the job, and those little details, you will learn them as you build your business. Okay. You won't have 100% of the answers ever. I still don't have 100% of the answers for my own business. Okay. This is very normal, this part of the business. So let's get to work, guys. You know what you need to do, and I will see you in the next training video.